RealPAR's Business is the sponsor of this video. Want to train your engineers and technicians while reducing downtime? Visit realpars.com/business. Fill out the form, and we'll get back to you in just a few minutes.
Imagine you are in a remote area with no one around you, but you still have fast internet. How is that possible? Today we'll explain how a Starlink works and how this amazing satellite network connects the world. A Starlink has three major components: ground station, satellite in space, and user terminal. The ground station is connected to the internet on one end and wirelessly connected to a satellite in the space on the other end. And when I say it is connected, I mean it sends and receives data to and from the satellite. So this is one part of the network: internet, ground station, and satellite. Now, from the other end, the satellite is also wirelessly connected to the user terminal on the ground. This user terminal is a special and beautifully designed dish that people have at their home. The user terminals also send and receive data to and from the satellites up into space. So now you have an overall picture of a satellite network. Here we have the internet, which connects to the ground station. The ground station is connected to the satellite, and the satellite is connected to the user terminal on the ground. So as you can see, the satellite works as a simple connection between the ground station and the user terminal. Now let's see how this network actually works. Let's say you want to watch a YouTube video. If you're using a Starlink for your internet, when you click on a video on YouTube, your user terminal sends a request to a satellite in the space. The satellite takes this request signal and connects it to the closest ground station. As mentioned before, the ground station is connected to the internet, so it looks for the data on the internet and gets the data you ask for and sends it back to the satellite. Now, the satellite has the data and it sends it to the user terminal. From there, the user terminal sends this data to the router, and then the router sends this to your device, which could be a computer, a mobile device, or any other device that you have connected to the internet. So when you want to use the internet, there is always a request going from your device to the user terminal through a router, of course, then to the satellite, then to the ground station, and then to the internet. So when you use the internet, you actually send a request for data. In response to this request, data flows back to your device in the same way. The data comes from the internet, goes to the ground station, then to the satellite, then to the user terminal, and finally to your device. Very simple, right? This whole process happens in milliseconds. So when you click on a YouTube video, it feels like it plays instantly. For you to get this instant feeling when playing a YouTube video, the Starlink team needs to ensure that at any moment you click on a video, there is a satellite above you that can take your request no matter where you are located in the world. Because of this, as we are recording this video, there are more than 6,000 Starlink satellites in space ready to take your request at any moment. Yes, that is correct. There are currently 6,000 Starlink satellites in space. Now you may wonder, are these satellites just standing still up there in space, or are they moving? The answer is they are moving, and they're moving very fast. Each one of these satellites is moving at a speed of 17,000 miles per hour. This is more than 27,000 kilometers per hour. To put this in perspective, when you take a flight on a normal passenger airplane, the airplane usually flies at a speed of 500 miles per hour. So 17,000 miles per hour is the speed of a Starlink satellite moving around the Earth, while the speed of an airplane is 500 miles per hour. In fact, at this speed, each Starlink satellite completes one whole turn around the Earth in about 1.5 hours. Yes, that is true. It takes only 1.5 hours for a Starlink satellite to complete one round around the Earth. Now, you may wonder, why do they need to move at such high speed? Can they go slower? Well, they can't. Why? Because if they go slower, the Earth gravity will pull them down and they will fall on the ground. So they always need to move around the Earth at a very high speed to stay up there. Currently, there are more than 6,000 Starlink satellites constantly moving around the Earth. When one satellite moves out of the range of your user terminal, Another one moves into the position to ensure the connection is always stable. Starlink is constantly adding satellites and plans to increase the number of active satellites from 6,000 to 34,000 in the future to create an even stronger internet network. That's a huge number of satellites in space for a stable internet connection, right? Now, what about the ground stations? How many of these does Starlink have? As we are recording this video, there are more than 140 ground stations spread all over the world. These are located in the United States, Europe, Middle East, Asia, Australia, Africa, and South America. They're constantly adding to the number of these ground stations as well. Okay, I think you now have a good understanding of how a Starlink works. Now, let's see the difference between a traditional satellite and a Starlink satellite. Traditional satellites, like those used for TV broadcasting, are usually positioned at much greater distance from the Earth compared to Starlink satellites. So if you have a Starlink satellite here, a traditional satellite is usually way out there. So one obvious difference is the distance these satellites have from the Earth. Another difference is that traditional satellites move much slower than Starlink satellites. You know that the Earth is moving around the sun, right? While doing that, it also rotates around itself. These traditional satellites move at the same speed as the Earth rotation, which is why they always stay in the same position relative to Earth. So this is another difference. The Starlink satellite move very fast around the Earth, but traditional satellites move at a very slower pace. So we have two main differences between a traditional satellite and a Starlink satellite. Number one, traditional satellites are much further from the Earth. Number two, traditional satellites move much slower compared to a Starlink satellite. Because these traditional satellites are positioned at a higher distance, they can cover a broader area of the Earth, so fewer of these satellites are needed. However, because they are far from the Earth, communication with them is much slower as well. This makes sense, right? The long distance means it takes more time for them to send signals to the Earth. This is different for Starlink satellites. Since they are much closer, they can send and receive signals very quickly. But because they are closer to the Earth, they cover a smaller area. So we need many more of them to cover the same area. Okay, so just to recap, here is what you learned in this video. For a Starlink network, we have the internet, which is connected to the ground station. The ground station is connected wirelessly to the satellite in space. The satellite is wirelessly connected to the user terminal, which is connected to your device through a router. When you want to use the internet, you send a request through a user terminal to the satellite connects that to the ground station gets the data from the internet and sends it back to the satellite. From there, the satellite sends the data to your user terminal, which is connected wirelessly to your computer or your mobile phone. That's it. I hope this video helped you get a clear understanding of how a Starlink internet works. If you want to watch more, click here to see our latest video.